Alex Ashford laughed so hard his shoulders shook. He stood in the middle of a crowded Lagos street, right beside a woman who looked older than the road itself. Her wrapper was faded. Her feet were dusty. A small bowl sat in front of her with a few sad coins inside. People watched. Market women paused mid-sale. A bus conductor stopped shouting. Even a little boy holding a tray of oranges froze with his mouth open. Because everyone heard what Alex did. He didn't just insult the old woman. He humiliated her, on purpose. And when she calmly said, "Young man, do not disrespect me," Alex's eyes flashed with pride like someone had challenged a king. He leaned forward, making sure the whole street could see him. Then he did it. Right there. Loud enough that the nearest people flinched. Then he clapped his hands and burst into laughter like it was the funniest joke in the world. The crowd gasped. Someone whispered, "Ah, this boy Don Craze." Someone else muttered, "That's Chief Ashford's son." A woman selling akara covered her mouth and shook her head. "This is not funny." But Alex only laughed harder. The old woman didn't shout. She didn't fight him. She didn't even look surprised. She lifted her face slowly and stared straight into Alex's eyes. Her eyes were calm. Too calm. Like deep water. "You think you are untouchable," she said softly, so only those closest could hear. "Because of your father's money." Alex rolled his eyes. "Old woman, shift. Before I make you cry." The woman's lips pressed together. Not in fear. In pity. "Your lesson has begun," she said. Alex was still smirking when something strange happened. A sharp pain twisted in his stomach, like a rope inside him pulling tight. He staggered back. "What?" he coughed, suddenly sweating. The crowd leaned in. Alex tried to stand tall, tried to pretend nothing was wrong. But the pain squeezed again harder, and his face changed fast. His smile dropped like it had been slapped off. He looked around wildly, angry. "You! What did you do?" The old woman's bowl sat there. Her wrapper sat there. But the old woman, she was gone. Not walking away. Not hiding behind people. Gone. Like the air swallowed her. Alex's mouth went dry. He scanned the faces around him. Where is she? Where did she go? No one answered. People only stepped back from him like he had bad luck on his skin. A bus honked. A generator hummed. A distant call to prayer floated through the hot afternoon. And Alex Ashford, the proud only son of Chief Nathaniel Ashford, stood in the middle of the street with pain in his stomach and fear crawling up his back. Because for the first time in his life, he felt small. And then, right as the pain punched him again, his body betrayed him in the worst way. A loud, embarrassing sound escaped him. The street went silent. Then someone burst out laughing. Then another. Then the laughter rolled through the crowd like a wave. Alex's eyes widened in horror. "No," he whispered. "No, no, no." He clenched his fists, trying to control himself, trying to stop it, trying to make it disappear like the old woman had. But the pain twisted again. And it happened again. Louder. People screamed with laughter now. Some covered their noses. Some pointed. Some pulled out phones. Ah, Chief Ashford's son. This one is doing music. God punish pride. Alex's face burned. His ears felt like fire. He turned and shoved through the crowd, pushing past people, nearly knocking over a tray of tomatoes. "Move!" he shouted. But the more he shouted, the worse it got. His stomach twisted again and again, like it was punishing him for every rude word. Alex ran. He ran into his black SUV, slammed the door, and shouted at his driver, Bayo. "Drive! Drive now!" Bayo looked at him through the mirror, confused. "Sir, should I drive?" The SUV pulled off fast. Alex pressed his back into the seat, breathing hard, his eyes darting to the side mirror. He could still see people laughing, pointing, recording. Lagos had seen many things. But Lagos loved a scandal. And Alex knew it. He tried to breathe. "It's just food. Bad food. That's all." But his stomach tightened again. His body betrayed him again. Inside the quiet, expensive SUV, the sound was even louder. Bayo's hands tightened on the steering wheel. He didn't laugh. He didn't speak. But Alex saw it in the mirror. That look. The look of someone trying not to judge the boss's son. Alex's chest squeezed. "Stop looking at me," Alex snapped. "Yes, sir," Bayo said quickly, eyes forward. Alex swallowed, sweat dripping down his temple. When they reached the Ashford mansion in Ikoyi, Alex rushed out of the car like a man escaping a fire. The gate opened. Security men saluted. But Alex didn't return the greeting. He never did. He charged inside, straight past the living room, straight past the shiny floor, and ran up the wide staircase. His mother, Mrs. Ashford, was sitting with a cup of tea when she saw him. "Alex," she called. "What is wrong?" "Nothing," he barked, not stopping. He slammed his bedroom door and ran into the bathroom. The moment he shut the door, the pain hit again. Alex gripped the sink with both hands, staring at himself in the mirror. His face looked pale. His eyes looked scared. This wasn't normal. This wasn't something money could fix with a phone call. A knock came. "Alex," his mother asked gently through the door. "Are you sick?" Alex clenched his jaw. "Go away." A quiet pause. Then his mother's voice came again, softer. "My son, did you do something today? Did you insult someone?" Alex's eyes flashed with anger. "Why do you always talk like that?" he snapped. "Like I am a child." His mother sighed, and Alex could hear sadness in it. "Because you are my child," she said. "And because pride can be dangerous." Alex laughed bitterly. "Dangerous to who? Do you know who my father is?" Another twist hit his stomach. Alex froze. Then, the embarrassing sound came again. Alex slapped his hand over his mouth like that could stop it. But it wasn't coming from his mouth. He sank down onto the bathroom floor, breathing fast. Outside the door, his mother went quiet. Then she said something that made Alex's skin crawl. "Alex," she whispered, "answer me truthfully. Did you offend an old woman?" Alex's eyes flicked up. How would you know that?" His mother didn't reply right away. When she finally spoke, her voice sounded afraid. "Because," she said slowly, "an old woman came to this house last year. She asked for water. You told the security to chase her away like a dog." Alex's heart thumped. His mother continued, almost like she was remembering a nightmare. "And when she left, she turned at the gate and said, 'If this boy does not learn respect, respect will learn him.'" Alex's throat tightened. He wanted to deny it. He wanted to blame the food. He wanted to blame the heat. But deep down he knew. This pain. This shame. It felt like punishment. Then his phone buzzed. Alex grabbed it quickly, grateful for anything to distract him. A message popped up from his friend, Cola. "Brew loudly crying face, loudly crying face, loudly crying face, is that you trending?" Alex's stomach dropped. Another message followed, from another number. "Chief Ashford's son disgraced himself today. Video is everywhere." Then another. "Lagos Don catch you. You know fit run." Alex stared at the screen, shaking. Trending? Video? Everywhere? His chest started to pound like a drum. He clicked the link with trembling fingers. And there it was. A video of him on the street. His proud face. His cruel laughter. The old woman's calm eyes. And then, the crowd laughing at him. Pointing at him. Recording him. In the video, the old woman's voice was clear. "Your lesson has begun." Alex dropped the phone like it burned him. His stomach twisted again. And this time, the pain felt like it was digging deeper. Like something inside him was waking up, something angry. Alex dragged himself up, yanked the bathroom door open, and stormed into his room. His mother stood outside, her face tight with worry. "Alex." "Call Dad," Alex said, voice shaking. "Call him now." His mother blinked. "Your father is hosting guests this evening." "I don't care." Alex shouted. "Call him." His mother flinched. Alex immediately regretted it. But he didn't apologize. He never apologized. He just stood there, breathing hard, pride fighting fear inside his chest. His mother stared at him for a long moment, then slowly pulled out her phone. As she dialed, she looked at Alex like she was seeing him clearly for the first time. Not as a prince. Not as a rich boy. But as a boy standing at the edge of something dark. Downstairs, faint music drifted from the dining hall where staff were preparing for Chief Ashford's important guests. Alex could already imagine it. His father's friends laughing if they found out. He couldn't let that happen. He couldn't. But right as his mother's call began to ring, Alex felt the twist again, stronger than before. He clutched his stomach, eyes wide. Because this time, he heard a whisper. Not from his mother. Not from the phone. Not from anywhere in the room. A whisper like cold air slipping into his ear. Pride is sweet, until it turns bitter. Alex spun around. His room was empty, but the lights flickered once. And in the corner of the mirror, just for a second, he saw a shadow that looked like an old woman standing behind him, smiling. Alex turned again, heart pounding. And the shadow in the mirror raised a finger, pointing toward the door, as if warning him that tonight, in front of his father's powerful guests, the humiliation would not stop. It would only get worse. The dining hall glittered like a palace. Crystal lights hung from the ceiling. Soft music floated through the air. Plates shone. Glasses sparkled. Men in expensive suits and women in fine dresses laughed and talked as if the world had no problems. Chief Nathaniel Ashford stood at the center of it all. He was tall, calm, and respected. When he spoke, people listened. When he smiled, people felt honored. This city is growing fast, he said, raising his glass. And we must grow with wisdom. The guests nodded. Some clapped. This was power. This was respect. Upstairs, Alex stood in front of his mirror, fixing his collar with shaking hands. Get yourself together, he muttered. You are Alex Ashford. His stomach had been quiet for almost an hour. Almost. He took a deep breath. See? Nothing is wrong. But then he remembered the video. The whisper. The shadow in the mirror. Alex shook his head hard. I'm not afraid of some dirty old woman. He straightened his shoulders and walked out of his room. As he reached the top of the stairs, he heard laughter below. His father's deep voice. The sound of confidence. Alex smiled weakly. If I show them I am fine, he thought, this thing will disappear. Step by step, he went down the stairs. A few guests turned. Some smiled politely. Some stared a second too long. Alex ignored it and walked toward his father. Dad, he said, forcing a confident tone. Chief Ashford turned, surprised. Alex, you are early. Yes, sir, Alex replied. Just came to greet. His father studied him closely. Are you well? I'm fine, Alex said quickly. Perfectly fine. At that exact moment, his stomach twisted. Hard. Alex froze. His eyes widened. No, he whispered under his breath. The pain rolled through him like thunder. He tried to clench his body, to hold everything in. But the room was silent. Too silent. Then, it happened. Sharp. Loud. Clear. The sound echoed across the dining hall like a wrong note in a song. Every head turned. The music seemed to stop breathing. A fork dropped to the floor. Alex's heart slammed against his chest. For one long second, nobody laughed. They just stared. Then someone coughed. Someone else chuckled. Then the laughter exploded. Not wild laughter. Polite laughter. The worst kind. Chief Ashford's face went stiff. Alex, he said quietly, his voice heavy with warning. Alex's ears burned. I'm sorry, Alex stammered. It was. Another twist. Stronger. Alex's face went white. No, no, no. It happened again. Louder. A woman gasped. Oh my. A man shook his head. This is embarrassing. Phones slipped out of pockets. Alex felt the floor slipping away under his feet. "Excuse me," he muttered, backing away. But his legs felt weak. Chief Ashford grabbed his arm. "What is wrong with you?" "I don't know." Alex whispered urgently. "Please." His father looked at him, then at the guests. "Please forgive us," Chief Ashford said calmly. "My son is unwell." Alex rushed out of the room, humiliation burning his skin. Behind him, whispers followed like shadows. "Is that not the same boy from the street video?" "Yes, that's him." "Money cannot buy manners." Alex locked himself in a guest bathroom and slid down the wall. Tears burned his eyes. This had never happened to him before. Ever. He was the one who laughed at people. Now people laughed at him. He wiped his face angrily. This is not real. This is not happening. A knock came. "Alex," his father's voice said, low and firm. "Come out." Alex slowly opened the door. Chief Ashford stood there, his face serious. "Talk to me," his father said. "This is not sickness." Alex swallowed. "Dad, I swear, I don't know what's wrong." His father looked around, then leaned closer. "Did you insult someone?" he asked. Alex hesitated. Just for a second. Chief Ashford noticed. "Alex." "There was an old woman," Alex said quietly. "On the street." His father's eyes narrowed. "What did you do?" Alex looked away. "Nothing important." Another sharp pain hit his stomach. Alex groaned and bent forward. His father grabbed his shoulder. "That is not nothing," Chief Ashford said slowly. "In this land, disrespect has a memory." The next morning, Lagos was already talking. Radio hosts joked about it. Blogs posted clips. Comments flooded social media. Pride goes before fall. Rich boy humiliated. Old woman curse. Alex refused to leave his room. Doctors came. They checked him. They found nothing. Priests prayed. Imams prayed. Nothing changed. Whenever Alex shouted at staff, pain. Whenever he insulted someone, pain and embarrassment. But when he stayed quiet, nothing. For 2 days, Alex behaved. On the third day, the pain stopped completely. Alex smiled for the first time in days. "You see," he told himself, "it's gone." That afternoon, as he walked through the compound, a young woman carrying files greeted him politely. "Good afternoon, sir." Alex felt powerful again. He laughed. "Who told you to talk to me like that?" The woman froze. "I'm sorry, sir." Alex raised his hand and slapped her. The sound echoed. The pain came back instantly, 10 times worse. Alex screamed. He fell to his knees. As staff rushed toward him, a cold voice whispered into his ear again. "You have not learned." Alex looked up in terror. And across the compound gate, standing where no one else seemed to see her, was the old woman. Watching. Waiting. As Alex collapsed in front of everyone, the old woman slowly turned and walked away, toward the forest road, while Alex realized with horror that the only person who could stop this nightmare had just disappeared again. Alex did not sleep that night. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw her. The old woman. Standing by the compound gate. Watching him like she had all the time in the world. Alex lay on his bed, sweating, his heart beating too fast. The room was quiet, but his mind was loud. This is not real, he told himself again and again. This is fear. Just fear. But fear did not make pain twist his stomach like fire. Fear did not make his body betray him in front of people. Fear did not follow him everywhere. Morning came slowly. Sunlight crept through the curtains, touching the expensive furniture Alex had never truly noticed before. Everything in the room showed wealth, soft carpets, shiny screens, clean walls. But Alex felt poor inside. Downstairs, Chief Ashford sat at the dining table, unread newspaper in his hands. His wife stirred her tea without drinking it. When Alex finally walked in, both parents looked up. "Sit," Chief Ashford said. Alex sat. For a moment, no one spoke. Then his father folded the newspaper carefully and placed it aside. Alex, he said, calm but heavy, you slapped a woman yesterday. Alex shifted. She disrespected me. His mother gasped softly. She greeted you. Alex snapped his head toward her. You weren't there. His stomach tightened. Alex froze. Nothing happened. He relaxed slightly. Chief Ashford leaned forward. My son, something is following you. Something you cannot buy away. Alex laughed, but it sounded weak. Dad, please. It's just stress. His father shook his head slowly. Doctors found nothing. Clergy found nothing. But the problem reacts to your behavior. Alex stayed quiet. Whenever you act with pride, his father continued, you are punished. Alex clenched his jaw. So what? I should start bowing to everyone on the street. Yes, his mother said softly. If that is what it takes. Alex stood up sharply. This is madness. His stomach twisted again, harder. Alex groaned and grabbed the table. His father stood too, eyes sharp. Sit down. Alex sat, breathing fast. Chief Ashford exhaled. Today, we will go somewhere. Where? Alex asked weakly. To someone who understands things we do not, his father replied. They left the house quietly. No sirens. No flashing cars. Just one black SUV moving away from wealth into older parts of Lagos. The road became rougher. The buildings changed. Alex watched from the window, uneasy. Where are we going? He asked again. To a man who does not fear money, his father said. They arrived at a small compound surrounded by tall trees. The air felt cooler there. Quieter. An old man sat on a wooden stool, carving something from wood. He looked up before they spoke. You brought the boy, the old man said. Alex felt a chill. You already know? Chief Ashford asked. The old man nodded. The city knows. Alex opened his mouth to speak, but the man raised a hand. Do not talk, he said. Your mouth is your wound. Alex swallowed. The old man stood slowly and walked around Alex, studying him like a broken object. You humiliated someone who was sent to humble you, the man said calmly. Alex's heart pounded. Sent by who? The old man smiled sadly. By balance. Alex frowned. I don't understand. You will, the man replied. But not yet. Chief Ashford stepped forward. Can you fix this? The old man shook his head. Fix? This is not sickness. This is a lesson. Alex snapped, then stop it. Pain slammed into him. Alex cried out and dropped to his knees. The old man watched him calmly. When a child refuses to learn gently, he said, life teaches harshly. Alex panted, tears in his eyes. What do I have to do? The old man bent down until his face was level with Alex's. Change, he said simply. Alex laughed through pain. I said that already. I stayed calm. I behaved. It stopped. The old man's eyes hardened. You behaved. You did not repent. What's the difference? Alex shouted. The pain twisted again. Alex screamed. Chief Ashford turned away, unable to watch. The old man straightened. True change is not silence. It is humility. Alex shook his head. I can't live like this. The old man pointed toward the road outside the compound. She is waiting. Alex froze. Who? The one you laughed at, the man said. She walks the forest path at sunset. Alex's breath caught. I saw her. Yesterday. The old man nodded. Then your time is close. Close to what? Alex whispered. Either your freedom, the old man said, or your ruin. They left in silence. On the drive back, Alex stared straight ahead. Dad, he said quietly, what if I don't change? Chief Ashford did not answer right away. When he finally spoke, his voice was low. Then this lesson will destroy you. That evening, Alex stayed in his room. No shouting. No insults. No anger. The pain stayed away. By nightfall, he felt almost normal. Almost. His phone buzzed. A message from a friend. Guy, people are already forgetting. Another scandal just dropped. You're lucky. Alex smiled slowly. Forgetting, he thought. I can be free. Later that night, Alex heard laughter outside his window. Some staff were talking. One of them said, "The young master has changed." Another replied, "Let's see how long." Something ugly rose inside Alex. They think I'm weak now. His chest tightened, not with pain but with anger. He stood up and walked to the balcony. One of the guards below looked up and greeted him. "Good evening, sir." Alex stared down at him. A cruel smile touched his lips. "Why are you always staring at me?" Alex said loudly. The guard looked confused. "I was just greeting, sir." Alex felt powerful again. He laughed. "Mind your place." The pain came instantly. Stronger than ever. Alex screamed and collapsed onto the balcony floor. The guard shouted for help. As Alex rolled in pain, he heard slow footsteps. He lifted his head. At the edge of the compound gate, under the dim light, stood the old woman. She raised her walking stick and pointed it toward the dark road leading away from the city. Her voice floated to him like cold wind. "Tomorrow, you will follow." Alex lay shaking on the floor, staring at the old woman's fading figure, knowing that the next day would force him to choose. Face the forest and his past, or lose everything he thought made him powerful. The forest was quiet in a way that made Alex afraid. Not loud quiet like a nightclub stopping music. Not busy quiet like traffic ending. This was a deep, watching quiet. Alex stood at the edge of the forest just after sunrise. The road behind him led back to Lagos, to power, money, his father's name, and the life he knew. The narrow path ahead led into tall trees, thick shadows, and a place no car could enter. Chief Ashford stood behind him. "I will not follow you," his father said gently. Alex turned, shocked. "What?" "This is your lesson," Chief Ashford continued. "Not mine. If I step in, you will only delay it." Alex felt a tight knot in his chest. What if I don't come back? His father looked at him for a long moment. Then, he said quietly, you would have already lost yourself anyway. Alex swallowed. The pain in his stomach stirred, slow, warning, patient. "Go," his father said. Alex stepped forward. The forest swallowed him. Inside, the air felt colder. Leaves crunched under his shoes. Birds watched from branches but did not sing. Every step felt like walking deeper into his own thoughts. At first, Alex walked fast. Then the path disappeared. Trees closed in. He stopped. Fear crawled up his back. "Hello?" he called. No answer. Then he heard it. A soft tap. Tap, tap, tap. A walking stick. Alex turned. The old woman stood between two trees. She looked the same as always. Simple wrapper, calm face, eyes that saw too much. "You came," she said. Alex dropped to his knees without thinking. "I'm sorry," he blurted out. "I'm sorry for everything." The old woman studied him. "Stand," she said. Alex stood, shaking. "You are sorry because you are afraid," she said. "Not because you understand." Alex opened his mouth to argue, but the pain struck hard. He cried out and bent forward. "Listen," she said firmly. "Pain is speaking because you refused to listen before." Alex forced himself to stand straight. "I laughed at you," he said slowly. "I thought money made me better than people. I used my father's name to crush others. I enjoyed it." The forest felt heavier. The old woman nodded once. "Why?" she asked. Alex struggled. Because people feared me. And fear felt like respect." The old woman's eyes softened. "That is the lie that destroys many powerful men." Alex wiped his face. "I slapped someone who greeted me. I insulted workers. I ignored my mother's warnings." The pain eased slightly. Alex took a shaky breath. "I don't want to be that person anymore," he said. "Not because I want comfort, but because I finally see how ugly it was." Silence stretched. The forest seemed to lean in. Then the old woman spoke. You were sent a warning, she said. You laughed at it. So you were sent a lesson. Alex looked up. Sent by who? She smiled gently. By balance. Pride must be balanced. Power must be taught. Are you a witch? Alex asked, fear and honesty mixed. She nodded once. Yes. But not the kind your fear imagines. She tapped her stick on the ground. You were never meant to be destroyed, she said. Only corrected. Alex's heart raced. Then why did it get worse every time? Because you pretended, she replied. You behaved, but you did not change. Alex bowed his head. I understand now. The old woman studied him carefully. Do you? She asked. Then answer this truthfully. She stepped closer. If your power is taken from you, your wealth, your father's name, your future, will you still choose respect? Alex froze. That was the question. Without money, without fear, without protection. Who was he? His chest tightened. Yes, he said softly. I will. The forest went still. Then the pain hit one last time. Strong. Deep. Final. Alex screamed and fell to the ground. He thought it would tear him apart. But instead, it stopped. Suddenly. Completely. Alex lay there, breathing hard. No pain. No pressure. Nothing. He slowly sat up. The old woman stood over him. You are healed, she said. Alex's eyes filled with relief. Thank you. But her face did not smile. Do not thank me yet, she said. Healing is not free. Alex's heart sank. What do you mean? She lifted her stick and pointed behind him, toward the road back to Lagos. You will return, she said. But your path to power is closed. Alex stared. Closed how? You will not inherit your father's empire, she said calmly. You will not rise through influence. You will not command fear. Alex's breath caught. But I changed, he whispered. Yes, she agreed. So you will live differently. Tears rolled down Alex's face. Then what will happen to me? You will live simply, she said. You will work. You will serve. You will be known, not feared. Alex nodded slowly. I accept, he said. The old woman smiled for the first time. Then the lesson is complete. She turned away. Wait, Alex called. What about you? She paused and looked back. The woman you laughed at, she said, will rise in honor. The city will know her kindness. Then she stepped into the trees. And vanished. Alex returned home by foot. When he reached the gate, Chief Ashford ran to him. Alex! His father cried. Are you? I'm fine, Alex said calmly. No pain came. Weeks passed. Chief Ashford made announcements. Control of businesses shifted. Alex's future plans disappeared quietly. People whispered. Some laughed. Alex accepted it. He moved into a small apartment. He learned to greet people. He learned to apologize. He learned to wait. And Lagos slowly forgot the spoiled boy he once was. But somewhere in the city, an old woman who once begged now sat among respected elders. People listened when she spoke. And sometimes, when Alex passed her on the street, she would nod. Nothing more. Nothing less. Because the lesson had already been paid for. Thank you for staying with me. Kindly like, comment and subscribe to my channel for more stories. Bye.